So here's where the real trick comes in. Once we've identified what's actually dark that we don't want and that we want to get rid of, if we use concealer to just cover it up, that what's going to happen is we're going to have to use it at 100% opacity. And if there's one thing you take from this video, I want you to remember that opacity equals texture. And if clear is the opposite of opaque, we want our makeup application to be as clear or sheer as humanly possible. And the only way to do that is to use color science. And there's a ton of color science that goes into this, but in an effort to not bore you and get this into 60 seconds, I'll just base it down to the very most important parts. In order to use the sheerest amount possible, we need to use its opposite. So instead of thinking of the opposite of dark as light, we now are going to treat the opposite of dark as vibrant. And to take that one step further, dark is blue and vibrant is orange. So your under eyes will likely be a mixture of greenish tones, dark shadowy tones, and purple tones. So I can get into a little bit how you identify every color under your eyes and how it works for different skin tones. But for this video, I'm just going to show you these 3 colors that I use on mine. Now I'm taking this little teeny art brush and I'm just taking the very darkest point, which I'm using the most orangish color because it's the darkest point, to just kind of make that disappear. And it should look like just painting away your eyes, not putting makeup on. And then down here it looks a little bit more brown, so I'm using a little bit more of the pink. Then out here it looks a little bit more purpley and shadowy, so I'm using the more yellow orange. So you can see how basically I used tiny dots of makeup. It completely got rid of my under eye and it looks like no makeup is there. It will last all day. There will be no creasing ever, and it's just kind of magic. Okay, so let's talk about how this applies to you and how we can get you the right colors for your face. There's such a wide range of skin tones, and within each person's skin tone, there's so many different colors on their face. And what we're doing here is we're actually pinpointing the colors that are in excess. And when it comes to under eyes, the colors that are in excess are always going to have blue. Okay, so on your under eyes, everything is either blue, which is shadows, anything that's just really super dark, or purple, which has blue, anything that's dark and is kind of more on the purple side, veins, anything like that. And then green, brown, which is typically melasma, freckles. So use this for this, and it kind of starts on the lighter ends. So the lighter things like a light orangish brown, and then over here would be like a pale pink, up to the really dark things like shadows or super dark veins, anything in there. The darker your skin tone is, the more likely you'll be in this high saturation.